that game.
You're talking about preference.
Listen. But that's the thing. Just because the game is title exclusive doesn't mean I care about it. Look at Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo 7 is an exclusive. I don't care about that game.
Just like the vast majority of PlayStation fans. But you know what games they do care about, guys? That's right, Xbox games.
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy a PlayStation to play Gran Turismo 7 because I particularly don't care about that game. When I bought my Xbox...
But it's exclusive.
One, you know why I bought it? Because at the time, Cuphead was exclusive. I didn't know it was going to come to PlayStation. They didn't talk about PlayStation. They didn't say anything about PlayStation. And I wasn't going to sit around to be like, maybe it'll come to PlayStation. I don't know.
But that's what you people are doing now. Oh, I can't wait to get Starfield, Halo, Master Chief, Gears of War Reloaded, Forza Horizon 5. So what are you talking about, bro? This dude just bodied you in your own argument. Oh, I don't pick up a PS5 for Gran Turismo, but I have no problem picking up Forza, even though you have waited over 20 years just so you can play a Forza Horizon game. You PlayStation ponies ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites.
At the time of Cuphead, it was all Xbox, whatever. I said, you know what? I'm going to get me an Xbox. I bought the Xbox One, and I played Cuphead.
But that's when Xbox thought they could legitimately compete in a console war setting.
You know what I'm saying? No, but
that
I'm just telling you, but you're saying exclusives don't matter. I can give examples that if
apparently they don't. Because if you're going as far to tell people that I didn't pick up the PS5 for Gran Turismo, and then you're going out there buying a 20-year-old game like Forza Horizon 5, well, it's 5 years old. I'm talking about mostly the franchise. Then that just goes to show you that you ponies don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know as to why you game on PlayStation in the first place.
It's exclusive to a platform, and
you're giving me examples from the past 15 years.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm waiting to see how Metro Prime 4 comes out.
Okay.
If that shit looks fire, I'm buying it, even if it's $80. I'm gonna buy the Switch 2. I'm here capping. But Metro Prime is my franchise.
Yeah, we know that.
If that motherfucker looks fire, and I waited a long time for a new Metroid. If that shit looks fire, listen, I'm gonna buy the Switch.
Oh, really?
So even if
I won't buy anything else, but I'm playing that motherfucker.
So if I hopped out of a fucking time machine and I told you that Metroid Prime would eventually come to PlayStation 6 like 5 to 10 years down the line, would you still buy a Switch 2 now to play it now?
Yes, because a time machine, I'll be like, I may not be alive in 5 years.
So then exclusives don't matter, bro. Timed exclusives.
Look at the shock in this man's eyes, like he just checkmated. He just caught me in a lie. Look at that. You said you would have no problem picking up the game on... Just look at his facial expression. Look at that. You got played, bro. You fell right into that. And he want to talk about, games too scared of a debate. What are you talking about, man? You spent 8 hours wasting your time arguing about nothing. This man, Josh, completely bodied you. Exactly. So if that's the case, then why do you have a problem with what Microsoft's doing on Xbox? That's what you're doing on PlayStation, waiting 30 years to get a Halo Master Chief Collection, 5 years avowed, I don't know how many, like 8, 9, 10, like whatever. This is exactly what you're doing on PS5, but yet you tell people there ain't no reason for an Xbox because it ain't got exclusives, but yet these same games ain't on PlayStation 5 right now. Well, some of them. And the ones that did go, you had to wait a very long time for some titles to play them. But yet you PlayStation fanboys say, that's why I don't like Xbox. But then you go as far to say that I'll support Metroid Prime even on the Switch 2, even if the game comes to the PS6, which probably is very unlikely, 5 to 10 years from now. You just proved the fact that exclusives don't matter.
No, it does matter, because I literally told you.
But you just said that you wouldn't mind buying the Switch 2. What do you mean it matters? What are you talking about? That ain't gonna... If the game happened to pop up on PlayStation, that didn't stop you from buying the Switch 2 that you allegedly say you was gonna buy. Exactly. You people ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites.
I'm gonna buy that exclusive because I'm not waiting 5 years
But you have no problem waiting 20 years for a Halo Master Chief. You have no problem waiting 5 years for Forza Horizon. You have no problem waiting 8 to 9 years for a Sea of Thieves. You have no problem waiting 1 year to play Hellblade 2. You have no problem waiting, let me see. Well, I would go as far to say 20 years for a Gears of War remaster that was already labeled as Ultimate Edition, but it's reloaded for the ponies. What are we doing here? Because you want to go as far to say that, well, exclusives matter. Well, guess what? A lot of these games during the Xbox One, they're just starting to come now. And that still didn't stop you from going out there and not wanting to pick up an Xbox. Just saying.
Play the game. It's on the Switch now. Exclusively.
Starfield's on the Xbox right now. Avowed's on the Xbox. Self of Midnight is on the... And you guys will go as far to say that I still don't need an Xbox. This dude, Josh, completely destroyed your own argument, and you still fail to see it. I'm so happy that I decided to cover this video because I had to find something interesting. But once I paused it here, I'm like, yo, Puerto, you got bodied.
So I'm going to play.
Permanent hardware console exclusive are like holding us back.
Look at it. He know he wrong.
Like Demon Souls on the PS. Let me use that for an example. Let me use look at any game that P3 fucking Demon Souls original.
Talk to him.
Bloodborne. Where like the best you can do with Bloodborne is emulate it through a PlayStation 5.
So, no, not really. Bloodborne, you can't. No, Bloodborne works on the PlayStation 5.
He did not say that. He said the best thing that you could do with a game locked to the PS4 is to emulate it on the PS5 with practically barely enhancements. The best version of probably playing Bloodborne is probably playing it through an emulator on PC. Why are you not getting his point?
It's an emulated and slight...
Listen,
but it is not like a better version. It is still the PlayStation 4 version.
Oh, yeah, it's backwards compatible with PlayStation 4, and they never updated it. But you can still easily play it on your
phone. But it's not enhanced. What are you not understanding, bro? It's not enhanced. It's the same version of the game, capped at 30. But yet, you PlayStation fanboys ain't demanding more. Because if it was an Xbox title, the game would have probably been enhanced for free. You know he got you.
What happened is backwards compatible. PS5 is backwards compatible with every PS4 game. I think you're confusing PS3 with PS4.
How is he confusing PS3 when he brought up a game that came out on... Bruh, Puerto Rock, bruh, delete this podcast, bro. You're not going to look good after this video drops. I'm just telling you, man, you looking pretty bad. What are you talking about? How is he talking about PS3 if you brought up Bloodborne, which is a PS4 game? You don't even make sense right now.
For backwards compatibility, where none of the PS3 games work on PS4, you would be right on that. Like Guns of the Patriot. PS3 is the only platform on the planet that legitimately plays that game. I mean, PS3. Guns of the Patriot.
Has permanent console exclusivity.
Look at this man's eyes, bro.
In the long run.
I mean, how many people? I mean, listen. Guns of the Patriot, the people who play it.
It still pisses people off.
He's getting worried.
Look
at that. Look at it. This man look like he about to cry on his own live stream, bro. This is embarrassing.
As gamers, consumers, and fans,
listen,
you're arguing in favor of
No, I'm not. You're not listening to me.
No, you ain't listening to him. That's what's going on here, bro. You lost the debate.
If you want to port a game 2-3 years later, if they want to find a port, I'm fine with that. I don't really bother that. You know, the two arguments that you make is argument number one: exclusives don't matter. Right? That means Sony doing.
Well, clearly it doesn't matter if Metroid Prime 4 goes to PlayStation 6 5 to 10 years. That's what you just said. Oh, I would still buy it, regardless. Which would be the definition of a timed exclusive. So how come this logic don't apply to Xbox? Oh, that's right, because you guys have a personal agenda against them. You just, you just bodied your own argument, bro. Most people that watch you or follow you, well, they're still going to respect you, but they're not going to look at you the same after this.
And they multiply because exclusives don't matter. That hurts the people who buy a PlayStation console because at that point, Sony's not prioritizing. That's number one.
So why aren't they prioritizing with Marathon? Why are they giving... So, what do you mean prioritizing? Because Helldivers 2 is free on PC, but yet you have to pay PlayStation to play the game online. Prioritizing the platform would be that PC gamers have to pay for the game online and you play it entirely for free. If Marathon drops on Xbox and PC day and date, everybody has the option of buying the game. You don't get nothing about. You don't get no benefits. You get no bonuses. Say what you want to say about Xbox, but at least they put it through a subscription service that people are paying for. And on top of that, they do get the games first. In some cases, over you. And if you do get the game just like they do, they get it at an incredible value, which is still a benefit to the Xbox or PC consumer. Right? Can we all agree with that? Okay.
But two downports to a much weaker platform.
Oh,
right?
really? Oh.
Because then that could run the possibility of them not maximizing the potential of console because they're concerned about porting the game later to a much weaker console.
Oh, yeah. Just like God of War Ragnarok, just like Horizon, right? The new Horizon game, just like Miles Morales. You guys like GameStop. He's destroyed. It's over. It's official. He said it. Ultra Dark. He said it. I can't believe you just said that. So you're essentially telling us that those games in particular on PS4 that was alleged 4K 60 didn't use the full potential of the PS5 because they had versions on the PS4. Bro, you continue to keep bodying your own argument.
Those two things I don't agree with, right?
Oh, if you didn't agree with it, then why you had no problem with PlayStation doing cross-generation titles for the past few years when the PS5 was out? Exactly, bro. You PlayStation fanboys, bro, you guys are backed into a wall. You can't do nothing from your stables, and you're just locked. You can't even leave.
Ghost of Yotai. If Sony puts Ghost of Yotai 2 years on PC, it doesn't really bother me. PC's a more powerful platform. I don't see that impacting. Right? Sony focuses on the PlayStation. They're making it the best possible. The game's going to come out the best. It's going to be one of the best games on the console. What happens in we're in 2025? What happens in 2027? I don't really care. Right? So the two things I'm against...
So Xbox gamers shouldn't have a problem doing the same then, according to you. Oh, we should play the games on Xbox right now, and if they ever get ported to PlayStation 5 or whatever the platform at this point, nobody should care. That's exactly what you're saying. So, which also proves that you don't believe in the concept of exclusivity. Because if you did, you would say that the game needs to be locked to the platform all the way. Now you guys are double backing on it because you know PlayStation is doing the same thing Microsoft is doing by putting their games on other platforms. Gamesta with another W.
So your point is exclusives don't matter at all. And downpoint.
Well, clearly they don't. You just said that if Ghost of Yotai gets ported to PC 2 years down the road, that wouldn't make the game exclusive. A person that values exclusives would say that the game needs to be locked to the platform all the way. You did not say that. What you're arguing is timed exclusivity, which is no different than what Microsoft is doing right now.
Switch. That could be problems. Those two things. Porting on PC 2 years later, not really a big deal. PC's more powerful.
So why would downporting to Nintendo 2 years later, porting to Switch or PC?
Because some games, right? Like we just said.
Oh, I already know what he's about to body you with. I already see it coming. This is how I know you're not good at debates, because what he's going to do, he's going to checkmate you into saying something. Then he's going to bring up the fact that, but Bloodborne's a PS4 game. How would that impact PlayStation? Let me see. I haven't watched this video yet, but let's see if he goes with that angle.
Punk cannot be on the Switch 1 because it's so advanced.
But we're talking about the Switch 2.
You just can't downport it. If you can downport Intergalactic, Heretic Prophecy to the Switch, I question how well they took advantage of my PS5 console.
Well, how come you wasn't saying that when PlayStation was doing with all these PS4 cross-generation games? Oh, that's right, because they were locked to my precious PlayStation console brand.
Question that. I would absolutely question that. Did you really take advantage of everything the PlayStation 5 have to offer? Because some games can't be downported to the Switch. That's what would be my concern. How much, technology did you out?
Like, you're arguing the same thing with World of Warcraft for PC, bro.
That would be my question. World of Warcraft launched in 2004.
What?
That was 21 years ago. PlayStation has hardware better than when World of Warcraft came out. World of Warcraft is a
So why is it
2004
on a
game.
fucking console?
Because they don't want to make it.
No, I promise you, Microsoft, if Microsoft wanted to fucking sell you.
I see.
Consoles are way ahead of 2004 PC hardware. You can do it. You can easily do it. I mean, you got much weaker.
Well, there's a few things though. Mouse and keyboard. There's a few aspects. Somebody actually explained to me as to why that is the case, because it took them like a long time just to get Final Fantasy 14 to run pretty good on a PlayStation console or next gen or current gen console. So there's some reasons. I've actually had a conversation with people in regards to that, but that might be an exclusion.
Seized in the PS5 playing World of Warcraft today. So it isn't a hardware thing. They just don't want to do it. Maybe now that Microsoft owns ABK, they might say, "Now we're going to put it on console and on PlayStation."
All right, now I'm surprised he didn't body you in that argument, because I wouldn't went as far to say that. Then if that's the case, then why do you have a problem with Bloodborne and all these games going to Switch too? I would have single-handedly got it. I don't think he did, but like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Puerto Rock, you look so bad in this video, man. The Rock Familia, Bandito, they took huge L's this past week. You know, they're gonna have to find a way to recover from this. Puerto Rock gonna have to go hiding behind kitchen cabinets and closets after this, man. Whoever this guy is, he completely destroyed you, bro. You spent 8 hours, bro, of your time and energy, probably sweating like a measly cockroach to get destroyed on your own debate. And then you want to sit there and tell people like me that, oh, I'm scared. Really? Bro, you got manhandled, bro. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm happy I brought it to y'all attention, because I know you guys ain't gonna spend 8 hours watching this. But I did find a good segment, and yeah, there you go. Until you guys can tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Take care, guys. Peace out.